Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Beatty along with Mike Zambelli, all set to bring you Colonial League basketball. Tonight, the Falcons from Salisbury High School entertaining the Spartans from Southern Lehigh. My guest is Bill Paulik, the head coach of the Falcons here at Salisbury High School, their only head basketball coach, who also serves as athletic director. He's in his 27th year. Bill, welcome to Super 2 Sports, and curtain is quickly dropping down on the 1989-90 basketball season. For you, this is the final game of regular season play. You were 8-0 the first half, 7-0 the second half. You have a lock on it. For the rest of the Colonial League, they wind up regular season play Tuesday. Tell us about this year's fine ball club.
Oh, John, this has been really great this year. This is probably the finest ball club we ever had here at Salisbury. We had some other good clubs, but these kids' depth's good, and they run, and they play the game the way it should be played. I'm so proud of these kids, and tonight we want to win real bad tonight because they'll give us an undefeated Colonial League season. And,
this would be your first undefeated season, right, in Colonial League play?
It'll be our first ever. We had an undefeated Lehigh and Northampton League season, but there's only one other team, 1981-82 Nats, has been undefeated. So we'll be the only second team in Colonial League history to go undefeated.
And, of course, East Bend Conference is Whitehall. They went undefeated, 18-0 in regular league play. Bill, you were averaging about 71.9 points a ball game, and that is an awful, awful high percentage.
And even though we're averaging, John, our bench has played so much. Our second team, our last 5 or 6 guys, have played more than any team we ever had. I mean, where do you find a team with your ninth man with 60 points? You know, we have it here. So it's been an exciting year, and we want to keep it going for a long time. I think this club here, disregarding the layoff, I think that we can go somewhere.
All right, now getting away from basketball for a moment, a terrible, terrible thing happened here at Salisbury High School today. Larry Starner, who has been here at the school for about 27 years, has been the official scorer for many, many years for basketball, also served as soccer official and everything else, had a heart attack and passed away today. Bill, tell us about that shock.
John, I just found out about 5:45, just so I put my coat on, and I just can't believe it. Larry's been my scorekeeper for 27 years, and he's going to be sadly missed. It's so sad that I don't know how I can even handle the games tonight, but just for these kids, we're going to dedicate the Colonial League Championship to Larry, and we're going to dedicate the rest of our season to Larry. He's a great man, a great friend. We're going to miss him.
I know it's tough, Bill. Good luck to you. My deepest sympathy. I know Larry Starner very well. As a matter of fact, I knew him just about all of the 27 years he's been here. He was a party guy, a fun guy. During the games, after the games, before the games, or whatever. I knew his son Joey very well, who was an outstanding football and baseball player at Allen High School. And so to Mrs. Starner and the Starner family, from all of us here at Super 2 Sports, our deepest sympathy. Terrible shock.
Really is, John. I think it really is a blemish on a fantastic year for Salisbury. I think for all of us, it's a lesson that really puts wins and losses in its proper perspective when something like that happens.
All right, now, getting back on a brighter side of basketball tonight, as Salisbury winds up the season, could be 16-0. They were 8-0 in the first half. The Salisbury girls also doing very well. They won the first half, and they lost one game in the second half to Catasauqua, that by only 1 point. So Donna Kennedy's doing one heck of a job here at Salisbury High School.
Well, yes, both programs are really highly regarded, and Salisbury, the boys, have already won the boys championship, and the girls with an excellent possibility to repeat that. And this boys team really has an opportunity to rewrite the record books here with an undefeated Colonial League season. The only other team to do that was, I believe, the 82-83 Nazareth team. So, and they have an opportunity to post the best percentage for Salisbury and also maybe the most wins if they go far enough in district competition.
You know, the interesting part about it, when it comes to the state playoffs now, 2A boys and 2A girls is the hot one this year. We'll have great representation from the Service Electric Cable area with the Monoy area girls who moved up from 1A to 2A. The Monoy area boys are also super. They dropped down to 1A, but Paulik here in 2A is going to add a lot to it and could go a long, long way.
Oh, no question. It's going to be a very competitive District 11 2A championship. and the 3 teams that do qualify should be able to do some damage in state competition.
Okay, we'll have the opening tip-off for you in just a moment.
Championship to Mr. Starner, and we would like you all to rise at this time for a moment of silence. And please join in the singing of our national anthem.
All right, that was Dr. F. Laird Evans, the superintendent of schools here in Salisbury, who made the announcement to the fans about Larry Starner, who passed away today with a massive heart attack. Getting back to the basketball game, Salisbury is red hot. They're 7-0 in second half league play and 22-1 overall. And we're going to have the introduction of the players. Here they come for, first of all, for the visiting Spartans from Southern Lehigh. We have number 21 is Brian Snyder, 5'9" junior. 23, Eric Church, a 5'10" senior. Number 35, Kevin Barnes, a 5'9" senior. 45, Mike Zellner, 6-foot senior. And number 51, Jason Mack, a 6'2" junior. And here the host Falcons. Number 20 is Creighton Faust, a 5'10" junior. 22, Giuliani, 6'5" senior. 40, Kevin Reed, a 6'2" senior. 42, Darren Trebetsky, a 6'1" senior. And rounding out the starting 5, number 44, Larry Stauffer, who's a senior who stands 6'1". Bill Paulik in his 27th year as head coach. And Bob Schaefer in his 2nd year as head coach at Southern Lehigh. His Spartans were 2-6 in the first half. They are 0-6 in the second half and 4-18 overall. On the other hand, Salisbury 8-0 in the first half, 7-0 in the second half, 22-1 overall. Their only loss was an upset loss midway through the season, 53-51 in overtime to Palmerton.
Well, that championship, now the Colonial League title for Bill Paulik, is his 4th in the Colonial League setup. He won 3 other times when it was the Lehigh-Northampton League in years 67, 71, and 74.
All right, we're ready to go. Sam Merritt, the man in the striped shirt at center circle. Tim Moran, the man right in front of us. Ball game is underway. And Creighton Faust controls for Salisbury High School.
Southern Lehigh 2-3 zone defensively.
Stauffer gets it underneath Diani, goes off the glass, not good. Tapped up by number 40, Reed. Not good, and tapped up by Chris Bowers, a 6'4" senior, whereas number 54. He had 15 points in the first meeting between these two schools, and a cheering section already up behind us and in the corner are yelling, "It's all over."
That's the Falcons' nest up there. They can be creative, that's for sure.
And there's a three-pointer by Mike Zellner of Southern Lehigh, and the Spartans go up 3-2.
Zellner needs just 16 points to reach 800 for his career, and that's certainly a good start for him tonight. Mike is the team's leader from three-point range with 33 on the season.
Personal foul against Mike Zellner, the 6-foot senior. He had 15 points in the first meeting. against Salisbury High School. It's none shooting, 3-2, Southern Lehigh leading, but the Falcons controlling. Last year they were 6-2 in first half play, 5-3 in second half play, for an 11-5 overall league record. Ball batted around. Who has it? Salisbury comes up with it. That is Kevin Weed. I saw his grandfather here, the former chief of police at Fountain Hill. Southern Lehigh last year was their big year, and boy, it was a pleasure watching that gang go. Field goal by Gene Yanni, the 6'5 senior, who had 31 points in the first meeting between these two ball clubs.
Well, Yanni was definitely the difference in the big turnaround in the first game between these two clubs. Salisbury came out in the second half and just went strong inside to Yanni, and the 6'5 senior really responded with one of his highs on the year with 31 points, and that was the big turnaround in that game.
Mike Zellner with the ball. He was a starter in last year's fine ball club. They were 8-0 first half league play, 7-1 the second half, and then they won a playoff game defeating Nazareth, so they wound up 16-1 in Colonial League overall play and 23-5 overall. Rebound by Chris Bowers of Salisbury. Long pass up front intended for Kevin Weed. Deflected, knocked out of bounds. Let's see, get it. Al will get possession. Need to ride it.
Lester certainly was a single season. Just came out of nowhere. Just ran league and only that one, and then recover that one beating has been the playoff run.
Yanni followed up. The Johnny 6-3.
Southern Lehigh's problem is like some other team that we cover. The lack of that big man inside. We're here at night, Yanni having his own way, and if you don't have that big man inside, it's very difficult to stop anybody defensively from scoring. Even if they have an off night shooting, they wind up kicking it back in with the offensive boards.
Creighton Faust on the left side to Kevin Weed in the left corner to Stauffer. Back out Creighton Faust. Weed lets it fly high. No, not good. Rebound follow-up. Yanni off the glass, not good. Followed up underneath. The shot is missed by Bowers, not good. Yanni has it knocked out of his hands. There's a whistle. There's a foul.
Well, there's a classic case of what I'm talking about. You just saw that it's Salisbury just dominating the boards. They get 4 opportunities here. They don't get it to go. But with that kind of odds, and you're going to get 3-4 shots, you know eventually those are going to start to fall. The
foul against Jason Mack, his first. The 6'2 junior now leaves the lineup, being replaced by sophomore Rob Hamilton, number 53. Another foul on the 8th. Personal foul against Kevin Barnes of Southern Lehigh, his first. That's a 13th foul as Chris Bowers stepped to the charity stripe.
Good inlet pass to Bowers. You get a look at the 6'4 senior right there. Bowers is the team's second leading scorer with 15 points a game.
Interesting looking over the stats of that first half meeting between these two ball clubs with Southern Lehigh leading by 10 at halftime. Incredible season.
Well, I think this is your classic rivalry. This is a backyard rivalry, and the players are very familiar with one another. There's actually cousins playing on the opposing teams. As a matter of fact, 3 of these players for Salisbury work for Southern Lehigh head coach Bob Schaefer in his lawn service business. So these teams are very familiar with one another, and I think sometimes that makes for a closer contest.
Follow-up shot by Kevin Barnes of Southern Lehigh, and we have a 7-5 ball game. Falcons up over the timeline. Yanni underneath the basket. He was up for a shot. It's blocked. Followed up, however, by Stauffer. Not good. Another whistle underneath. There's a lot of contact going on underneath the basket. Personal foul against Rob Hamilton.
Well, again, you see Salisbury off a good block and a strip of the ball off of Yanni. You see him again. They're still going to get 2-shot opportunities inside.
Salisbury averaging 71.9 points a ball game. Yanni has 5 already, and holding the opponents, this is the surprising thing, to 48.7.
Well,
that's good defense.
Yeah, I talked with Coach Paulik before the game, and that's where they really feel their strength is. They pride themselves in that defense. They're playing some zone here tonight, but they're primarily a straight man-for-man team, and they play it aggressively.
That's why this team could go a long way. Weed gets it out to Faust for 3. Bingo! Creighton Faust picks up a 3-pointer to make it 12-5. Salisbury.
Faust is the team's leader with on that 3-point shot. He has 13 on the season.
All alone underneath. 53. Hamilton The young sophomore picks up his first deuce. 12-7 ball game. Yanni, 8 points now on 3 field goals and 2 out of 2 fouls.
Well, Coach Schaefer is going to the sophomores, John said, Rob Hamilton, and it's an effort to get somebody in there with some size to try and get some board work.
Zellner picks up his second field goal and his second 3-pointer. 14-10. Inbounds to Kevin Weed. Kevin gets up to pass over the timeline to Yanni. Yanni to stopper underneath the Bowers. No! Yanni taps it up in a follow-up shot. Wow, 10 points already. He had 31 that other meeting, and he has 10 here, and we're just over the midway mark in the first quarter of this basketball game, and they turn it over.
Well, Gene Yanni is a man on a mission right now on those offensive boards. He's just relentless. He's showing great mobility, and he has that, playing with a lot of inspiration here tonight.
Well, as Bill Paulik, with tears in his eyes and all choked up, said they were dedicating this game and the rest of the season to Larry Starner's memory. Nice pass, Bowers, on the assist of Yanni, who caught him out of the corner of his eye to make it 18-10. Hamilton, they turn it over. Yanni up to Bowers. Bowers, bingo! Bowers with 7 points, and Bobby Schaefer better call a timeout. It's 20-10.
He's looking for a walk there in that sequence. Didn't get the call, but this is what we were talking about with defense. Salisbury can really take you out of your game plan and score a lot of points, much the way Central Catholic did last year, triggering their offense into getting into that transition off the defense. Now they force Southern Lehigh into 3 turnovers.
Brett Sachs, 5'10" junior, to line up for Southern Lehigh. Creighton fouls. He's a junior. Salisbury, 7 seniors, 6 juniors on his squad. Yanni has it. Oh, is he having a field day? 12 points already. He could go breaking records here tonight.
He sure could. He's a 1,000-point scorer already on his career.
There's Bowers again. Well, he was going to go for a slam and then changed his mind. He picked up his 4th quick field goal and his 9th point to make it 24-10. Field goal layup by Brett Sachs, his first one in the ball game. 24-12, 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Golfer, Yanni makes his move for the bucket, shovels it up, not good. Rebounded by Snyder. Ryan, a long pass up to Zellner. Zellner lost the handle, and the Falcons will have possession back court.
Salisbury's doing an extremely good job of handling the full court pressure of Southern Lehigh. All of the players are seeing the floor very well, breaking the pressure and actually getting 2-on-1 breaks.
Salisbury's single biggest game output. Oh, let's look at the standings.
Here are the standings now, first and second half, and you see Salisbury as your champion. They only have tonight's game here, and you see in that second half, after winning the first half, they have a 2-game lead in the second half, followed by Saucon Valley. Let's look at the second half. They're at 5-2. They were 5-3 in the first half. Penn Argyl, the big turnaround, going from 2-6 to 4-2. Caddy at 3-3. We'll see them on Tuesday night. Nazareth 3-3. Wilson 3-3. Palisades at 2-4. Bangor at 1-5. And Southern Lehigh second half play at 0-6.
All right, the single biggest game output for Salisbury this year was 89 points against Saucon Valley. As a matter of fact, they hit the 80-plus mark 6 times this season. Their lowest single game output was 51, and that 53-51 loss to Palmerton. The biggest single game output by an opponent, 58 by Saucon, where the Falcons romped 89-58. As a matter of fact, Salisbury's best. I'll get to that in a minute. The field goal by Yanni, his 6th, and 2 out of 2 fouls to make it 26-12. Field goal by Ron Hamilton of Southern Lehigh, his second, 26-14. Boy, they fly up and down this court.
Boy, they really do. There's full court pressure on both teams right now, and the teams are doing a good job of it, and as a result, creating a one-on-one situation in the offense.
Yanni inside the foul line, has it. 16 points already. We have 1 minute. We're still in the first quarter. Southern Lehigh is averaging 56.5 points a ball game while giving up 63, and that is the reason for that record. Their biggest single game output was 75. in a 75-45 romp. The field goal by Brett Sachs. That was a two-pointer, and that's his second field goal. 28-16. That biggest single game output 75, and that 75-45 win over Bangor. The lowest single output was 29 in a 49-29 loss to Wilson. Field goal by Larry Stauffer, his first for the Falcons. All alone underneath was Rob Hamilton, and the sophomore picks up his third deuce to make it 30-18, and a whistle and a foul.
Well, I don't think I've seen a quarter like this in a long time. Both teams just racing back and forth. The defensive pressure or the full court pressure is not working on either team. Now Southern Lehigh has hit their last 6 shots in a row, and Salisbury is really hot with Yanni doing the job on the boards.
Chris Shaban charged with his first personal foul for Southern Lehigh. He's a 5'8" senior. You're looking at Kevin Weed, 6'2" senior for the Falcons, looking for his first point, and he gets it.
Weed is averaging 5 points a game. You recall he missed a couple early due to a knee injury. You'll see that knee is heavily taped. He's played 18 games now thus far.
So all 5 starters for the Falcons have hit the scoring column tonight. And we have a 32-18 lead for Salisbury with 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. 32-18. That's the biggest output I think that we've seen this year.
In a quarter, that's for sure. 6 turnovers now against Southern Lehigh.
I'll have to check that. Faust, 2. He gets it off. It goes. It's good. Yep, it's good. And that was by Chris Bowers, and that's the end of the first quarter. It is Salisbury 34, Southern Lehigh 18. We'll be right back.
Welder Training and Testing Institute is your one-stop welder training shop. We offer training programs to meet your personal or industrial needs. From customized to nationally accredited courses, there are over 140 occupations which use welding. Over 96% of WTTI students are placed in jobs starting at $8 to $14 an hour. Federal and state financial aid programs are available. Start your welding career today. Call Welder Training and Testing Institute, 1-800-223.
The Falcons nest at Salisbury High School. The red-hot Falcons leading 34-18 at the end of the first quarter of play.
Shooting statistics, and you look at Southern Lehigh first, is you think if you go a quarter in high school basketball and you're 8 of 11 for 72%, you're going to be right in the thick of things or even have a pretty decent lead. Instead, you're down 34-18 as Salisbury was 14 of 25 for 56%.
They had 2 winning streaks this year, the Falcons. They had the first 10 games of the season. Before that, lost to Palmerton, and now they are riding a 12-game winning streak. 2-pointer by Mike Yerkes of Southern Lehigh. His first field goal. 34-20.
Working against that 2-1-2 zone for Salisbury. That's a little bit unusual. They're usually a straight man-for-man team. Good job by Southern Lehigh of recognition, working the ball and hitting the open jumper.
Power move by Kevin Weed, and he picks up his first deuce. 36-20. And while the Salisbury boys are red hot, 3-point attempt, in and out, rebounded by Chris Bowers. How about the Salisbury girls team, which has never won a league title? They were 8-0 first half play, and they carry a 7-1 second half record. It's only lost to Catasauqua, 56-55. No date has yet been set for an overall league playoff between Salisbury and Caddy. Boy, it's been a great year here, hasn't it?
Certainly has. A lot of wins, a lot of W's.
To be marred today by that news. First, the foul against Salisbury's Creighton Faust, his first. None shooting. It is the first team foul against the Falcons. Colonial League winds up second half play Tuesday. Rebound by Bowers. They're physical, those kids, too.
Good pass inside by Southern Lehigh. They just do not finish off the opportunity.
Faust. Shot is up, around by Stauffer, not good. Rebounded by the Spartans. Colonial League champs of a year ago. Rebound by Yanni. He zigs and zags up front, checks off, gets it cross court to Bowers, who throws it up, not good. Followed up by Stauffer, and Larry picks up his second field goal.
That's what makes Salisbury so difficult this season. They have 3 people up front that can really handle the basketball. Yanni at 6'5" threw a nice strike cross court to set up the open jumper.
Right, that's why I say that this 2A girls and boys PIAA competition ought to be tough this year. The foul against Kevin Weed of the Falcons. His first. It's only the second team foul. Substitutions for the Falcons.
And you see the personal foul coming over the top, number 40, Kevin Weed.
Well, we have in the lineup, we have 2 new men. I'll get the floor just as soon as I can. Mark Martucci, number 50, a 6'2" senior. And across the way, Darren Trebetsky is in the lineup. Shaban on the foul line for the Spartans. Missed his first attempt, hit his second.
Shaban is the cousin to the Stauffer brothers on the Salisbury team, so you can imagine the closeness here. I'm sure that a lot of family members are here. I don't know how you pick out who you're going to root to root for when the cousins are out there. I guess you just root for everybody to play well and play a good game.
In a preliminary ball game, there goes Yanni. 8th field goal for Gene. Preliminary game, the Little Falcons won a 66-57. Here we have a 40-21 ball game with 5:25 remaining in the second quarter. Shot up there, not good, in the personal foul, and this one will be against the Falcons.
That JV win for Salisbury up Coach Bill Spang's record to 13-8, and that's certainly an admirable campaign.
Jason Mack back in the lineup, the 6'2" junior for Southern Lehigh. His grandfather's the mayor down Coopersburg. And go flying through that town now. Zellner, who has 2 field goals and both of them 3-pointers, picks up his 7th point, his 8th point. Mike is a 6-foot senior. Substitution for the Falcons. Creighton Faust is out, and Joe Rollins, a 5'10" senior, is in. That's Rollins with the ball.
Zellner now needs 8 points to reach 800 in his career. There's only been one 1,000 career point scorer in Southern Lehigh history. That was Tom Roth, to go over 1,000 points, and he went on to play at Rutgers.
And in the girls' play, we had Bowers hit her 1,000 career points. She's going after the high school. She's only a junior, I believe. She's going after the career high school scoring mark held here at Salisbury. Trying to see who has that.
Southern Lehigh, a defensive change now, man for man. Not much they can do with that being outmanned inside. You really have to concentrate and work and get a body on people and keep them off the glass. And all 3 of them people up front for Salisbury are very difficult to keep off the boards.
3-pointer by Brian Snyder, 5'9" junior, his first score of the night, 40-25. The girl that Bowers' record shooting for is Bridget Cody, and I remember her. We televised against game where she played in the playoffs. Field goal by Trebetsky. Darren with his first field goal. 42-25. We're midway through the second quarter. Blocking foul against Yanni. Gene charged with his first personal foul.
Let's watch here. Yanni's going to get there a little bit late. Not on this one, but on the next pass. Yanni will come into your screen now. The turn, the left foot sliding. He kind of stuck that knee in there in the call made by the official on the side, Sam Merritt.
Baseball is his sport, too. He won't have any trouble getting in school, this guy. Don't forget Saturday night, immediately following the Kutztown University and East Stroudsburg University basketball game, we'll have the replay of the Moravian And Muhlenberg game, another three-pointer, this one by Mike Zellner, so he has 3 field goals tonight, and all 3 of them are three-pointers to make it 42-28. Rollins off the glass and in. Joe picks up his first deuce. 5'10" senior to make it 44-28.
Salisbury just scoring at will, and that's what I talked about in that first quarter. It's very difficult if you don't have big people inside to shut anybody down offensively.
Jason Mack down a field goal.
Lost the handle. It looked like he was going to give it up to Yanni anyhow, and it just wound up finding its way to him.
Notice all the Salisbury players with crew cuts. They turn it over. Long pass intended for Rollins, off his fingertip and out of bounds. And the Spartans from Southern Lehigh will get it. Bob Schaefer in his second year, Kurt Zellner, and Matt Stevens, the assistant. Dr. Michael Green, the superintendent. George Hooper, the principal. Don Harrickle, the new AD at Southern Lehigh. Took over for Jack Berghoff, who retired. Substitution, Creighton Fowles coming back in the lineup. Pete Stupak, a 6'1" junior in the lineup for Southern Lehigh, wears number 55. Bowers, Chris Bowers back in the lineup, replacing Gene Yanni for Salisbury. Frank Yalinko, the assistant coach here. He must be here 20 years as assistant. He's also head baseball coach. Billy Spangs, the JV coach. Dr. F. Laird Evans, you saw him, the superintendent. Mario D'Angelo is the principal. Zellner scored field goal and his first two-pointer. And Bill Paulik serves the dual role as head coach and athletic director.
Nice pull-up by Zellner. Looked like he was going to take it all the way and just kind of gave a little fake inside and then pulled up and hit a nice jumper.
Trebetsky picked up the field goal, his second. Cross-court pass. Stupak, no. Rebounded by the Falcons. That's Stauffer. Boy, they use their height to good advantage, don't they?
They have great mobility, John, and I think that's the key right there. They can all run the floor so well, and they all have good leaping ability, too, to go along with being 6'4", 6'5", and 6'6". Great combination inside.
All right, we have a timeout. Charge this one to Southern Lehigh. And it comes to 1:52 remaining here in the first half, and Salisbury with a commanding 48-32 lead. Here's what's left of the 1989-90 regular season Colonial League play, and that'll be Tuesday night. Penn Archer will meet Wilson, Bangor, and Palisades, and Nazareth at Catasauqua. That's, let's see, no, that can't be right.
That's tonight. That's tonight's schedule,
right,
yeah.
Tonight.
Tuesday night, Saucon Valley's at Penn Argyl, Palisades at Southern Lehigh, Wilson at Nazareth, and we will be doing the Catasauqua at Bangor game.
Right, and that'll end second half play Tuesday night. So it's tonight, Penn Argyl at Wilson, Bangor, Palisades, and Nazareth at Catasauqua.
Falcons nest up there acting up a little bit. They were hollering they wanted a little airtime before the game.
Yeah, how about that? First field goal they got, and
it's all over.
It's all over.
Yeah. I think it took a little longer than that, but certainly Salisbury has now certainly taken control of the basketball game.
Intended alley-oop off the fingertips of Bowers to the hands of Reed. Ball goes out of bounds and awarded to Southern Lehigh. Say, if you're a bowler or you would like to contribute one way or another to the Big Brothers and Sisters Bowl-a-thon, that's Sunday, March 4th. And it'll start at 10 a.m. on Super 2. We'll be doing it live for you. I'll be there with Chris Collins, Don Hunt, Dan Mowry, Jim Kramer, and our whole technical crew. Keith Wareheim is producing and directing tonight's telecast from the Falcons' Nest, and this is the year of the Falcon.
What the sign across the way says, the year of the Falcon, and they have certainly lived up to that, just that one loss.
Assistant producer and director Andy Himmelwright. Bowers turns around, shot up the rebounder by the Spartans. A lead pass, a little bit too far. Knocked down, picked up by Creighton Fowles. He intends to pass to Stauffer over his head and out of bounds. So they keep turning it over and flip-flopping. and Southern Lehigh will get possession.
Well, when you go at the pace that these two teams have been going at each other now for just about the whole half, you're going to commit some turnovers. Salisbury now 3 in this quarter, but that was not a real good decision on that pass.
That was a good defensive play by Stauffer. He gets the rebound pass and has the field goal. And there's a foul. Field goal was good.
Stauffer at 6'1", plays a lot taller than that. Great leaping ability off a nice pass by Yanni. Kisses it in off the glass for the toe.
The foul is against Chris Bowers. The field goal was good. So we're in a 1-and-1 since that is 2, 4, 5, fifth personal foul against the Falcons. And on the free throw line is Leo Ruffing, number 33, a 5'11" senior. He is scoreless. First trip to the foul line. He picks up his first point. 50-32. Well, we could hit the century mark tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm sure Salisbury will be gunning for that in the second half.
Paul Rodenberger into the lineup with Trebetsky coming out. There's Kevin Weed and Larry Stauffer for the Falcons. Bill Paulik, in his 27th year. Only one other coach in the Valley has any more seniority than him, and that is Bill Pencil up at Bangor, who has 28 years.
In Paulik's coaching career now, he has 463 career wins. Boy, that's a ton of them, isn't it?
No, that's a ton is right.
Includes the 22 this season.
Three-point attempt is good by Pete Schumacher. The 5'11" junior and no place to go, so he decided to pop it. And that one is good for 3 points, and that's by Zellner. And Zellner, fifth field goal, 4 out of the 5 are three-pointers.
Number 12 for Salisbury, John. They made a lineup change there. That was Chad Prutko, and that really got a cheer from the crowd because it's an interesting story. Prutko's been with the program since an 8th grader, but a football injury caused him to miss all of this season. The knee, as you obviously see, is all right now, and that's just a delight to the fans and the coaching staff that he comes in now and plays and scores some points in his last game here at Salisbury.
All right, so it's Chad Prutko with a number change. Yanni on the foul line, 3 out of 3 to go along with 9 field goals. There's a good shot of the 6'5" senior. Father is teacher in the Allentown School District.
Pete Shoemaker, the young man that you did mention who was wearing that number, is out with an injury.
Father's also baseball coach at Allen and served at a couple schools as an assistant football coach. So it's in a family. Hamilton has to get it back out. Church throws it up, not good. Rebounded by Yanni. And then he just flips the ball over to Rowland. 8-7 seconds. We're in a countdown. The shot is up. Not good. Yanni follows it up and in. And that is the end of the first half. Salisbury 56, Southern Lehigh 36. We'll be right back.
In the first half, they went right to the inside game. Let's look at the statistics. Salisbury 24 of 45 shooting, incredible amount of shots. Southern Lehigh 14 of 25. That's a good first half. Percentages 53% for Salisbury, 56% for Southern Lehigh. Free throw shooting about even, 6 of 8 for Salisbury, 4 of 6 for Southern Lehigh. Percentage 75% for Salisbury, excellent. 67% for Southern Lehigh. The turnovers you see, 8-3 in favor of, well, Salisbury would be leading in that. You want less. Salisbury led by Gene Yanni with 23 first half points. And Southern Lehigh by Mike Zellner scores 16 points, and that puts him right on at 800 career points for Southern Lehigh. And congratulations to Mike. Mike's father, by the way, is the assistant coach to Bob Schaefer.
At the end of the first quarter, Salisbury led 34-18. They outscored Southern Lehigh 22-15 in the second quarter to take a 56-33 lead here at the halftime break. Second half is underway. Yanni goes right to work, and he's fouled as he goes up for the shot. Yanni, 10 field goals, 3 out of 4 fouls here in the first half of the ball game. The foul against Eric Church of Southern Lehigh, his first. Chad Krutko had 3 points. Creighton Faust had 3 points in the first half. Yanni, boy, he tickled the twine on that baby. Joe Rowlands 2 points, Kevin Weed had 4, Trubetsky 4, Stauffer had 6, and Chris Bowers had 11. The line for Salisbury, 24 field goals, including 2 3-pointers, 6 out of 8 from the foul line, for their total of 56, 5 fouls against them. A turnover, they get the ball, Faust goes up, not good, batted around the air, going up for the shot was Larry Stauffer. He was tied up, and we have the arrow in favor of Southern Lehigh. High score for the Spartans in the first half. Mike Zellner, he had 5 field goals, 4 of them were 3-pointers, 2 out of 2 fouls for 16. Brett Sachs had 4, Mike Yerkes had 2, Brian Snyder 2. Chris Chabon had 1 out of 2 from the foul line. Leo Ruffing 1 out of 2 from the foul line. Jason Mack had a field goal, and Rob Hamilton had 3 field goals for 6. So the line for the Spartans, 14 field goals, including 4 3-pointers, 4 out of 6 from the foul line for the 36, with 5 personal fouls.
Salisbury now defensively back to that man-for-man. What a block by Bowers inside.
They're tough, I'll tell you. Attempt for 3, not good. Rebounded by the Falcons. A long pass up front and a flip over on a give and go to Kevin Reed, and he is fouled. Reed fouled by Brian Snyder, and that's Brian's first personal foul.
Good head and shoulder fake by Weed. Let's watch it. We'll watch Boomer Snyder now come into the picture there. He bit off the fake. Very fortunate to catch himself there with his hands and not hurt himself.
The Boomer.
The Boomer, they call him. Brian Boomer Snyder.
All right, Faust inbounds on an unshooting foul. Gets it into Yanni. Yanni looks, gets it underneath to Bowers. Misses. Bowers gets the rebound, and he is fouled.
Bowers misses a peeper here. You get a look at the 6'4 senior. Really does an excellent job of posting up. But look at what happens again when he misses. He's right there in position to come up with the offensive board.
Foul against Jason Mack, his second on a foul line. Bowers 1 out of 2 tonight, 2 out of 3 to go along with 5 field goals.
Bowers has gone to the free throw line more than any other Falcon on the year. 96 times coming into the night. Yanni has gone there 94 times. Bowers 69 for 96 from free throw line.
59-36, Salisbury leading all the way. Blue walks backward to its lead. Mike Miller up front, outside the perimeter, gets the pad in deep corner. The shot is up, not by Eric Church. We'll pass on to foul. Foul is off the glass. He has it, and he is out. Personal foul against Kevin Barnes of Southern Lehigh, his second.
Fine outlet pass by Larry Stauffer there. Hits the breaking Faust, who does a good job to get that shot off. He found himself 300 to basket. The fastest averaging 7 points a game in the year.
Back from the line, complete 3-point play. Good shot at the 5-end junior, and he does. 3 out of 6 points on a night, 62-36.
Faust, the young man, broke open the Nazareth game that we did here earlier this year, hitting a couple of 3-pointers outside, brought the and openings up people inside.
That's a quarter for a clump team. That's the ball between Martinstein this 1990 season. Shot is up for 3 if it goes, and it's good, and it's by Brian Snyder. Snyder now with 2 field goals, one of them a 3-pointer. 62-39. They have to get a rash of 3-pointers to make it look presentable. Inside the perimeter, the Falcons. There's Bowers off the glass, not good. Yanni taps, not good. Rebounded by Jason Mack. Good lead pass. It's 4 on 2. Off the glass, not good, and there's a foul. Goaltending. So who are we going to give that one to?
See if we can take a look at the replay. I believe it was Zellner on the break. Take a look. We're looking at the, it's Mike Zellner. We'll get credit. That ball at the peak and looking like it was going to come down. That was a good call. Tim Moran making the call out in front. Good call.
Zellner with a 6th field goal.
Does give you the athletic ability of Bowers. He was way up there.
Follow-up shot. Bauer tapped into the hands of Stauffer, and he popped it. Larry Stauffer with his 4th field goal.
Not to be redundant, but Salisbury just does not quit till it finally goes into the hole. I mentioned the amount of shots in that first half, 45, and a lot of them are just relentless on the boards.
Whistle underneath on a missed shot by Zellner. And a foul. Foul against Kevin Weed of the Falcons, and that's his 2nd.
Let's take a look. You see Weed coming in there, calling it a little close inside, just trying to gain control.
Weed, number 40. Pass into Church. Shot is up for 3, and that's Snyder. So Snyder now hit 2 bullseyes here in the 3rd quarter. 64 to 44. Salisbury led 56-33 at the halftime break.
Southern Lehigh's doing a nice job right now of breaking the defense down, flattening it out, and then kicking it back outside, and Snyder's taking advantage of it. Maybe that's why they call him the Boomer.
And I'll tell you, Salisbury sure takes advantage of his height. There he goes. Snyder again. 3 in a row from outside that perimeter, and each one counts for 3 points.
Boomer is the 2nd leading three-point shooter on the team with 28 on the year coming in. He follows Mike Zellner, who led the team with 33.
Stauffer out the fouls. Creighton underneath Yanni. Yanni turns around, pops, and not good. Rebound and follow-up shot by Larry Stauffer, and that's Larry's 5th field goal. 68-47. Falcons all the way.
Salisbury just having everything their own way on the boards.
Well, they're big. They're much bigger than the Southern Lehigh ball club, and they use it to good advantage. That's the beauty part about it. Rebound by Bowers. Scramble for the loose ball. Who has it? Salisbury comes up with it. Kevin Weed, there he goes, coast to coast. Flips off the last second to Stauffer, and Larry has a 6th field goal on the fine assist from Kevin Weed. Billy Paulik not saying much tonight. He's deeply shocked by the death of Larry Starner. They were very, very close. He was his scorekeeper for 27 years. So they had to be close. Rob Hamilton into the lineup, replacing Jason Mack for Southern Lehigh. 70-47. Salisbury leading. 3:20 remaining here in the 3rd period. Shot is up, not good. By Barnes, rebounded by the Falcons, and there's Stauffer again. Boy, he had 3 field goals the first half. He got 4 here in his 3rd quarter on a fine assist from Gene Yanni.
That's what we're talking about, the mobility of those big people. Yanni out leading the break, running the middle of the floor, and then dishing to Stauffer for easy 2 points. There he is again.
Yanni gives it over to Bowers. He's too quick and off the fingertips of Bowers. Into the hands of the Spartans. Here's Zellner. Zellner gets it out to Snyder. Snyder outside the perimeter. Cross-court pass over to Shaban. Underneath, good passing around. The field goal is good by Hamilton, and that's Rob's 4th field goal, and he was fouled.
Good offensive set for Southern Lehigh. It's going to be Barnes who flashes. Watch the nice dish underneath Yanni, and a good catch by number 53, Hamilton. Fine assist by Kevin Barnes.
And a foul against Chris Bowers, his 2nd. There's a good look at it. Hamilton, the sophomore. How tall is he? He's
looks
pretty
like
big.
About 6'5", I would say.
Six seniors, 8 juniors on a Southern Lehigh team. Well, Bob Schaefer has a lot of good stuff coming back.
Hamilton's certainly the key to the future at 6'5" and just a sophomore. He played in the first meeting, scored 5 points.
And he has 9 here tonight. 72-50. Falcon by 22. Thousand. Creighton gets it over to Weed. Weed, baseline, up high, bullseye. Kevin Weed with his 2nd field goal to make it 74-50.
I think one of the great things about this Salisbury team this year is they are all fine athletes. Even the players who are 6'1" and 6'2" play much bigger than that. They play with a great leaping ability. Even Yanni at 6'4" or 6'5" plays more like a 6'7" or 6'8" man with his leaping ability and mobility on the floor.
That three-pointer by Brett Sachs. His first baseline shot up, not good. Yanni follows it up, bangs it off the glass, and bangs it home for his 11th field goal of the night. 76-53. 1:37 remaining here in the third period. Don't forget tomorrow night, Muhlenberg at Moravian, a big ball game for the Greyhounds. They must win to get the second playoff spot in the Mid-Atlantic Conference Southwest section play. Loose ball, who has it? Faustin's up with it, but there's a foul. And this one will be against Brian Snyder. No. Foul against Faust. His second.
Again, it took Southern Lehigh a long time, as now we're getting wholesale substitutions by Salisbury now.
You know, Southern Lehigh lost its first 7 games of the season. They then beat Antietam, then lost 3 in a row, won a couple, lost 84-64 to Salisbury. Oh, good follow-up shot by Brett Sachs. 76-55, Salisbury.
I think the bright spot on that Southern Lehigh schedule there is the double overtime win over Bethlehem Catholic.
That was a
played
big
at
win.
home. Yeah, it sure was. It shows that on a given night that this team certainly had the potential, but the lack of size, as we're seeing here tonight, you just can't shut anybody down.
And, of course, the rumors flying around on a resignation. Head basketball coach Tim McGorry at Becker High. Follow-up shot by Mike Zellner. 7th field goal for Mike. 76-57. And boy, are the rumors flying.
I'm sure they are. Well, you started them again last night.
That field goes by Trebetsky. And that is Darren's third to make it 78-57.
I'd like to wish the best to Tim McGorry. I just, as we talked last night, I participated against him and was a fine basketball player, and I thought he did a fine job at that program. And just some personal reasons, he felt that he just wanted to retire, and certainly want to wish him the best. I enjoyed working every game we did with him.
Rule out the field goal by Hamilton. He was fouled by Krutko. None shooting. Cross-court pass over to Snyder. Sachs lets it go for 3. Not good. Followed up by Hamilton. Not good. That's the end of the third quarter. It is Salisbury 78. Southern Lehigh 57. We'll be right back. The ball game is being brought to you in part by the Vinord dealerships of the Lehigh Valley, including Lehigh Valley Ford, Lehigh Valley Acura, and Lehigh Valley Honda. We're delighted to have the Vinord dealerships with us for the rest of this 1989-90 campaign.
Shooting percentages third quarter, Salisbury 8 of 20, 40%. Southern Lehigh 8 of 15, 53%. Turnovers to this point in the game through 3 quarters. Southern Lehigh has committed 10, Salisbury committed 4.
Fourth quarter underway, and the Falcons control. Kevin Weed right in front of his grandfather. Carl Weed, the former police chief at Fountain Hill. Faust off the glass, not good. Ball batted around the air, taken out of the air, picked off the floor by Yanni. Gets it underneath the Weed, double fake pump, 3-second violation. Hey, that's the first time we've seen that in a long time.
I was going to say, yeah, we haven't seen that call in a while.
And it was a good call.
Tim Moran under the basket,
out.
working with Sam Miller tonight.
Bowers, head first slide along the baseline. Southern Lehigh will get possession. Bobby Clark, the former football coach head football coach at Southern Lehigh here. He's all over sporting events. He never misses. 3-pointer by Brett Sachs. That's his 5th field goal. He is now assistant football coach at Whitehall after serving a stint with Chuck Sonnen at Emmaus. Yanni. Foul underneath.
It was Sachs' 4th 3-pointer of the year. Sachs in a reserve role, averages 2.1 points a game. Watch the personal foul now. Yanni again using that size. Good post inside, and the personal foul called on number 53, Rob Hamilton.
Yanni on a foul line has 5 out of 6. 5 out of 7. Falcons get the rebound. And up front, Boomer Snyder. Over to Sachs.
Talked about the closeness between these two programs. They had that 3-on-3 competition this past summer, and Yanni and Stauffer and Bowers, 3 players from Salisbury, joined forces with Southern Lehigh's Mike Zellner to win in their age category. It was a 3-on-3. You had a 4th player who came in as a sub, and those 4 people won their age competition this past summer, played at Cedar Beach.
The school boundary lines abut each other, I guess.
Well, I think the real interesting thing is the lawn service that Coach Bob Schaefer has during the summer. Yanni's been working with him now for 4 years, so now here he is coaching against them, and the Stauffers have worked for him. Bowers has worked for him at times also, so there's such a great closeness, and it's interesting when I talked with Bob Schaefer before the game, the admiration, and you know, naturally in this game here, he wants to win, but I'm sure if he doesn't win, he wants to see these young men pull it out.
That's Bowers on the foul line. He has 4 out of 6 on the foul line to go along with 6 field goals tonight. 80-60, Salisbury. This is Bowers. Deep corner to Kevin Weed. Weed gets it to Yanni, who pops it, not good. And Zellner went airborne for the Spartans to pick that one off. Gets it over to Snyder. Pass intended for Sachs. Gets it underneath to Hamilton. And Rob picks up his 5th field goal.
To show you the problems that Southern Lehigh has had with their rebounding, Zellner, who's a 6-foot forward, leads the team in rebounds per game at 5.9, and that's certainly low. Not for Zellner, but at 6 foot, that's probably good. But for your leading rebounder, that is not a high average. You want to have at least one player up around 9 or 10 rebounds a game, much the way Salisbury is with Yanni and Bowers and Stauffer inside.
Bowers has 7 field goals now, 82-62, and there's a foul, and this one will be on Bowers, and that'll be Chris's 3rd personal foul.
Well, I guess we have to start thinking about that century mark now. Salisbury with 82 points. We still have 6 minutes to go. That should be no problem.
Brett Sachs on the foul line for the first time tonight, 5'10" junior. He's having a good night.
Struggles a little bit from the free throw line on the year at just 35%. Looked pretty good there. He's averaging 2.1 points a game.
13 points on a night. Yanni gets the rebound for the Falcons. Bounce over to Trubetsky, and there's a whistle and a foul.
You clearly saw number 45, Zellner, did not like the call. Let's take a look. We'll judge for ourselves from behind. Looked like he got a piece of the hand, or looked like it was a good call.
Second personal foul on Mike Zellner, and on the foul line is Darren Trubetsky for the first time tonight. 6'1" senior has 3 field goals.
Trubetsky really gives Salisbury an added dimension coming off the bench. He scores 4 points a game, but has played a lot of meaningful minutes this year.
And nice sneakers to match the school colors, uniform. How about those sneakers we saw last night? Those black ones were ugly, and somebody said to me, yeah, but they cost over $100.
That's right. They might be left over from the ones they got out of the stands and from that football game that we covered when they were recruiting them out of the seats. Maybe they never gave them back.
He said he thought they were tight. They pumped up. There's a 3-pointer by Zellner, and that's his 5th 3-pointer of the night.
And a little smile on Michael's face there. I don't know whether that was and his dad is laughing on the bench. I don't think that was one by design. The bank shot went in rather hard.
83-66, Salisbury. Faust lets it go for 3. No.
Mike Zellner's father, Kurt Zellner, works over at Locust Valley. Oh,
yeah?
Yeah, at the golf course over there. Spent a lot of time helping out Bucky Schwab and Boris over there and that stuff. He loves it. He's an avid golfer himself.
Personal foul was on Trubetsky, and that's his 1st.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Now you see on the penetration, personal foul called against number 42.
Yerk is on the foul line for the first time tonight. Mike has 1 field goal. Picks up his 3rd point of the game. 83-67.
Lucas has been one of the key people off the bench. 55% free throw shooter, averaging just under 3 points a game.
With the Nets, 83-68. 5 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this ball game. And we have a timeout. Charge this one to Salisbury. And good time to remind you that you can catch Super News weeknights at 6:30 and 9 p.m. right here on the Super 2. Now, this is the 20th year of Super 2 News, the Lehigh Valley's first and longest running local news program. Super News weeknights at 6:30 and 9 p.m. only on the Super 2. And don't forget, basketball Saturday night on Surf Selector Cable TV, immediately following East Salisbury University, Kutztown University ball game. You'll be able to watch the videotape replay of the Muhlenberg at Moravian Mid-Atlantic Conference Southwest Section ball game from Johnston Hall on the Moravian College campus.
Look at the coaching career of Bill Paulik here. As John mentioned, in his 27th year, I taught the 4 Colonial League championships in 78, 79, 84, and now 90. The District 11 championships in 1971, 76, and 88. He was runner-up in 67 and 78. The Lehigh Northampton League Division championships he won 8 times. Overall championships he won in 67, 71, and 74. So that gives them a total of 7 league championships here under Bill Paulik.
The year of the Falcon, 89-90.
He's a little bit concerned about the time lapse his team is going to have now. After tonight, they will not play, and maybe not play opening round of districts March 3rd. But that would be their next game if the 2A does have a full field. Watch the replay. Again, a nice post by Yanni. You see his great leaping ability. Hangs in the air, alters the shot a little bit that time. And the kiss off the glass for the 2.
Foul by Rob Hamilton, and he completes the 3-point play. And Hamilton has his 3rd personal foul. 86-68. Salisbury. Sachs. Zellner makes a good move, pops up, not good. Rebounded by Salisbury. Trebetsky. Long pass up to Yanni. Yanni gives over to Bowers. Baseline. Up, not good. Tap-up shot. It's followed up by Larry Stauffer. And Larry has his 8th field goal of the night. 88-68. 20-point advantage for the Falcons over the Spartans. 3-point attempt is up and good. And that one by Mike Zellner.
That was a legitimate one there. That one how to make that feel a little better. Didn't use the glass in that one. Nice soft touch off the 3-pointer.
3-pointer. Personal foul. This one against Boomer Snyder. His 2nd. 4:11 remaining in the ball game. Salisbury leading 88-71.
Take a look at the personal foul here. Stauffer on the move. Little body contact. They call him for the hold.
Stauffer, first time on the foul line tonight. Yanni follows it up. Not good.
Stauffer is tied for 8th in the Colonial League in scoring. He's tied with Mike Zellner. Both of them in league play, averaging 15.1 a game. Gene Yanni is in a tie for 4th place. He was up at the top for a while and then hung around 2nd, but he's now 4th, averaging 17.8 a game.
Personal foul against Trebetsky. Darren charges 2nd personal foul. On a free throw line, Brian Snyder, the Boomer, first trip to the foul line tonight. He has 4 field goals. 3 of them are 3-pointers.
3rd leading scorer on the team, averaging 10.5 a game.
No, didn't get the roll. Yanni got the rebound. Over the fouls, Creighton up over the timeline. Checks off outside the perimeter. Gets it over to Stauffer. Stauffer guarded by Snyder. Bowers, no, not good. Rebounded by the Spartans. Good save and tap. And here comes Zellner. Zellner gets it up front over to Sachs. Sachs outside the perimeter for 3, and he has it. Wow. That's what it's all about, though. You know, kids start shooting basketball when they're 6 years old. They ought to pop them up.
You know, Chen, we have a 14-point game. You know, you look up there, and it's hard to believe, but they've closed the gap. That 3-point line can really get you back there.
They're 88-74, but the Spartans turn it over, but there's a backcourt violation. And Southern Lehigh gets the ball right back. And we have some noise here in the gym now.
Well, things are tightening up a little bit. Another three-pointer here can really make this thing interesting. There's still those 3:10 to play.
Snyder will work it inbounds for the Spartans.
74 points is a lot of points to score with 3 minutes left in the game and find yourself still down by 14.
They get a lot of movement. There's a foul against Salisbury, and this one could be against Yanni. No, it's against Bowers, and that's Chris's fourth.
Southern Lehigh now taking the basketball to the hole, and you see the holding foul called.
Who, me?
Yeah, I didn't do anything. He's laying on the ground there. He just fell down by himself.
Yerk is on the foul line. That's 2 out of 2. This is a 1-and-1. Good graphics, man. 88-74.
Couple of big free throws right there. There's Salisbury, you see on the story right there, really have hung around. A credit to Bob Schaefer and his coaching staff.
There goes Yanni. Lord, he makes that look easy. That's his 13th field goal, 90-74. Rebounded by Kevin Weed. Weed gets it up over the timeline. And then checks off, gets over to Faust. Going to be a foul from behind. This one against Mike Zellner. That's his third. There's Zellner, number 45, a 6-foot senior.
Let's watch Zellner now. The Southern Lehigh in that situation now where you have to gamble a little bit, go for some steals. Got a little piece of the arm in there. Good call.
Andy Himmel writes on the graphic. Bowers out. Trebetsky in for Salisbury. On the foul line, Creighton Faust. 2 field goals, had 1 foul attempt tonight to complete a 3-point play, and he hit it. So he has 6 points on the night, 7 points on the night. 90-74. Southern Lehigh, 3 substitutions, 4 substitutions. So Bobby Schaefer putting in practically a whole new team.
Tell you, there was a key series right there, and I guess Coach Schaefer is saying right there that with 2:29 now to go, Salisbury at the free throw line, that it is their game. But for a second there, when they gained possession, they were down 14. Another three-pointer could have brought it to 11, but too much Yanni inside and people like that. And now Salisbury with the wholesale substitutions.
Billy Paulik sending in 3 substitutions. Chad Prutko is 1. Paul Rodenberger is 2. Mike Stauffer is 3. Mark Martucci is in there. Let's see, who's the 5th?
You get Prutko, number 12?
Yeah, I guess I gave you 5. All right, 92-74, 2:25 remaining in the ball game. Salisbury all the way. A 3-point attempt, not good. Loose ball picked up by the Falcons, and there's a whistle, and there's a foul. Foul against Shaban, his second.
Look at the loose ball in here, and then reaching in right there, Shaban, a personal foul. Good call.
On the free throw line for the Falcons is Paul Rodenberger. He's a 5'10" junior. His first trip to the foul line tonight. He's scoreless. Substitution, Mark Mixa, 6'3" junior, replacing Trebetsky. So Trebetsky leads the ball game with 7 points. Rodenberger picks up his first point.
He also got into the scoring act last time these two teams met, scoring 4 points. As a junior, he'll be back next year, 5'10". Just like that, Salisbury's opened it back up now to 20. Approaching 2 minutes to play in the game.
94-74.
If the Falcons' nest now is looking for 100, they want to hit that century.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little impatient here with Southern Lehigh working the offense. Salisbury in that 2-1-2 zone, and keep in mind they opened it up with that tonight, but they're primarily a man-for-man ball club.
And you notice Paulik doing everything to keep it down by putting a whole new team in instead of rubbing it in or pouring it on. Loose ball. Ball batted down. Who has it? Spartans still have it. Flip it back, pass underneath, the shot is blocked, taken out of the air by Mixon. Mixon gets it up to Prutko. Prutko over to Rodenberger. Loose ball, scramble for it, look out. And a whistle. Turnover. Salisbury will get it.
2 rejections in a row there by number 50, Mark Martucci, really playing strong inside, 6'2" senior.
Another substitution, more substitution. Both coaches clearing the benches.
Southern Lehigh has their starters back in there.
.110 remaining. Yeah, Zellner with the ball. Well, Bob Schaefer had everybody in. They're holding it. They want to make sure that
they don't want to give them 100 points.
No. We're in a countdown, 55 seconds, and you can hear the Salisbury flag.
Falcons' nest, they're laying eggs up there, I think. They don't like that.
It's all over. They're not saying that now.
Yeah, right.
Look out.
They were happy when it was 2-0, but they're not happy now when it's 94-74.
That's what they're doing. They're playing with it. 30 seconds and counting. Eric Church flip-flopping with Mike Zellner. And a foul against the Falcons. And that's against Bill Harris, a 5'11" junior, just came into the ball game. His first personal foul. Let's see who'll go to the foul line. It'll be Mike Zellner. He has 2 out of 2 for the foul line tonight, and he has 9 field goals, 6 of the 9 3-pointers. The way to do it, get him in bumpers. 94-75. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Muhlenberg at Moravian. Should be somewhere around 9:30, quarter to 10, following East Stroudsburg and Kutztown game. Then Tuesday night, we'll have Catasauqua at Bangor at 9:30 for you. Thursday, we'll be picking up East Penn Conference playoffs. Martucci with a field goal, 96-76, 5 seconds. They're not going to get their 100. 1 second.
Well, Martucci has really come in here to play some nice minutes here in a mop-up role here. The couple rejections on the defense and looked good in there, posting up in the paint, hit a nice turnaround jumper.
They throw it up there, not good. That's the end of the ball game. Salisbury wins it 96-76.
Bob Schaefer smiling as he congratulates Bill Paulik, said, I wasn't going to let you get 100. There's a little bit of pride that's involved there. There is Bill Paulik receiving the game ball. Frank Yelenko coming along there. For Southern Lehigh, they close, well, no, they'll play one more. Their overall record now 4-19. It's been a tough year, but it's been a competitive year. Looking ahead on Tuesday night, February 20th, they will be hosting Palisades, and then that will be it for their seniors and the close of their campaign. Certainly a lot more basketball to be played for Salisbury. 8-0 second half, 8-0 the first half. Perfect through the Colonial League at 16-0, 23-1 now on the season. And I think a little bit of a concern now, and certainly with the events that materialized here now with the loss of Larry Starner, and now some time off, 2 weeks to maybe think about that situation. I think we're going to see some nets coming down here now in celebration, but it's going to be a long 2 weeks, and hopefully